Hey everybody. So, working on the meshes on the text mesh. I only made a couple small code changes, so I'll go over those first. I noticed that when I looked into ThreeJS and I create the initial geometry, basically uh, we have a height, and so does the cube. So cubes have heights too. So basically, I had this code that said, hey, if you have a box geometry, have show the width, um, show the um, I'm sorry, show the width, the height, and the depth, and then I added this new thing saying, or if there's a text geometry, show the height as well. So it'll show the height for both of them. So in this example, if I add uh, a text box and then I say show edit form, this is going to be my text eventually. I have a width, but if I have a cube, I mean a sphere, then oh, that's funny. Okay, so that's interesting. So I messed that up. So for a sphere, now I have a height 2. And it is weird that I would have a height because I say or a text geometry. So yeah, that code must not work as is. So maybe I need to say or mesh equals text geometry. And then if, oh, and I have an extra. Okay, so let's see if that works. Okay, so add mesh, edit form, expand it. So we got our width and height, sphere. Yeah, all we have is our radius, and text. We have our height. So that is interesting because so it didn't throw any, the template language system did not throw any kind of error for this code, but it just let everything through. So I think that's probably a bug in, like, the fact that that will also work for a sphere is probably a bug in the Angular templating language parser. But there's no telling. I know that, like, literally 999 times out of 1,000, when I say that there's a bug in Angular, I'm wrong. So, my track record's not strong on saying it's a bug, but man, that sure does seem like a bug in Angular. But yeah, so anyways, as you can see, the default height that we were creating was a 0.1, but they make it a 1. So it's like, what the heck is this? So, and that's the awesome thing about having these things configurable is, like, I would have thought the height would have been how tall it is, but it appears to be how thick it is. And the reason I'll say that is, let's go ahead and rotate this along the y-axis by, 90 degrees. So 180 degrees is 360 degrees is 3.14. All right, 3.14. And then so 180 degrees is 1.57. So, okay, yeah, so we moved it. 360 is all the way around, so this is like to us, like we're looking at it straight on. So if I make the height 0.1, it gets skinnier. And if I make the height 2, it gets fatter. So that, I wouldn't have ever guessed that. I find that to be very fascinating. That basically how much it extrudes, like that. How thick the letters are is the height. But yeah, that's that, and that's fine. Um, so uh, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to animate it for fun. I have 5 minutes. I'm going to have it go. I'm going to call this text, and I'm going to have it go from -5, -10. And is that far enough? No, to like start at -10, and just as it leaves, maybe 6 then. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make it into a Phong material. So that means, so we have our normal, which basically is impervious to all light or anything like that. You can see it no matter what's going on. You have your basic, which lets you do colors, but it doesn't need light. And then you have your Phong, which will not work unless there's light. Okay, so I'm going to add a light. And then that's pretty cool. And then I'm going to pull it out close to us by about 2, like to 2. So now that's that. And then I'm going to add a wall behind it. So boom, add mesh, wall. And that's going to be like -2. And then I'm going to make it like a wide wall. So it's like 100 wide and then 100 tall. And it doesn't matter, but I'm going to make it that thickness. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that into a Phong as well. So, I mean, we'll see what it looks like as a normal. See, normal, all we see is that front light blue and Phong. So I think I love this, right? Because it's like so cool with the way the shadows are behind it. So let's go ahead and go back to our text mesh and just like turn it to like green. And then maybe add a little red in there. Maybe add a little blue, make it a little more aqua. I think that's very, very cool. I think it just really looks cool. Then something I can do is move the light up. So I'll just make it like 2. So now you see the shadows just below it. Or 3. And then let's move the camera out. Let's move the camera out to 7. And so now we can pause our animation and just find our favorite shot. And I think that is awesome. You know, I think this is a very, very cool animation and a cool graphic. I think it's something that could be printed out onto a t-shirt or onto a, you know, and it would actually, for a t-shirt, it would look much better like this. Like if you moved the light to like -1. Because then, let's move the camera, I guess we need to move the camera up by 1. May not be as cool as I thought, or maybe we need more light. But see, I think this is, I like my t-shirts, like when I have a graphic on a t-shirt, I like it to be where the graphic kind of goes down, so it kind of looks like I'm a little bigger up in the chest and a little more narrow on the in the waist. You know, maybe moving the light closer to it. Yeah, maybe farther from it. I think so. I think that's better. Let's try 4. And maybe add another light at the same spot. Although that's pretty darn cool. Let's move that to 1. 4. And -1. Oh, it made a +1. So yeah, that's pretty cool. You know, I mean, it's just cool. It's a very, very cool thing, and I'm really excited about it. I think that it's gonna be really fun making these graphics and all that. But anyways, happy coding, everybody. Bye.